TikTok. What up, YouTube? This is the real big boss, Calvin 83. So while y'all talking about, still talking about Club Shay Shay, which is, Club Gay Gay, while y'all talking about these celebrities, these black celebrities, or just celebrities in general, the selective outrage of Jay-Z on his wife not getting album of the year, some shit like that. I really didn't care. But, these bootlicks, these bootlicks. You got the Democratic Shield, Rowan Martin talking. I agree with Rowan Martin from time to time. He pushes Democratic agendas, shaming black people to be on the right, to vote right, stay on, stay to the left, to the left, to the left, to the left. These Democratic anti-black policies, anti-black misandry policies at that. Okay? Y'all talking about, when y'all get done talking about high value man, low value single mothers, and men childless, men having children, men not being able to have access to his children. I mean, that's an issue. Fathers' rights, mothers, moms being selfish. The anti-family court. I mean, it needs to be discussed, but the way y'all talking about 50-50, the way y'all talking about what y'all bring to the table, y'all talking about weight, body shaming, and I got a degree, I'm smarter than you, Pookie, Ray Ray, Shaquita, Shamik, I mean, all this bullshit, colorism, celebrity tea-sipping gossip, a lot of the Afro-African Diaspora Wars, FBA Foundation Black Americans versus foreign Black Americans, the Afro Diaspora Wars, broke, y'all talking about broke, dusty, rich, poor, all this bullshit that to me is a distraction. Y'all talking about the men, man, the anti-misandry, the anti-black misandry. Here we go with the misandry. And the fake ass cancel culture. And then you got the woman bashing. The fake ass alpha males, red pill, the fake divine feminine heifers. You know what I think, shout out to Robert Perkins. I know y'all don't like him. There's times I don't agree with a lot of stuff. I agree with most of the things he say, and there's a lot of stuff I disagree. How raising children, I get tired of black people talking about discipline and all that stuff, and y'all don't understand the root psychology of discipline from the African perspective. Okay, I'm African, but no, I'm not American. And it's like I'm tired of black people with this bullshit. The war, black people have so many wars towards each other. It's not even funny. Black people love to fight black Americans. I mean, but particularly black Americans, but black people as a whole, worldwide, we have an obsession and a fetish to just go to war with each other, always argue, always debate on shit that really doesn't. I mean, it matters, but it's surface shit. But we never want to get down to the core. When you bite into that apple, and you that core, that pineapple, the core. I don't know. I mean, I don't know when it was the last time y'all had fruit, and you ever just went that deep and just bit it and ate it when you got to the pit. We want to talk about all this surface, shallow shit that's really not that important. Instead of getting to the root of the problem, y'all just want to put a band-aid on a gunshot wound. Y'all talking about, we got grown men want to fight each other, call each other names, be all sassy like Mike Epps and Shannon Sharp. Then we got the women, we got the 304s, the old women that want to sabotage these younger women, want to compete. Then you got these old niggas that want to compete with these young guys trying to get young chicks. Well, Calvin is not just a black thing. Yes, it is. We have a unique experience. I know this is that's a lot of a lot of the things I mentioned. Other communities have these issues, just not a. But we have an inferiority complex that y'all never want to address. Okay, we have a unique experience. We hate each other too much. How can we? I can just find. I used to just go in and just do a video about a racial incident, a legitimate source of what other people are doing to us, and then talk about the government agenda of the anti-black agenda that continues to be alive in this old, new, modern system of white tea supremacy, supremacy. And I can just pull an article of one of our children missing, black children missing, the violence towards each other. And a lot of you women initiating violence and getting violent, but we can't speak on that. Then we got the masculine energy, feminine energy. I'm tired of y'all talking about that shit. I'm tired of y'all talking about relationship shit. But y'all never want to talk about policy. You'll never want to talk about the social engineering that can actually, if we actually got to the root of the problem and the deep root of self-hatred that's been ingrained in us, we can actually get some damn well, but y'all ain't trying to do that. You see this article? None of y'all, hardly any of y'all, especially you big time, you content creators of TikTok, YouTube, Instagram, other social media platforms. Those who got a big following, like got like 1 million subscribers, 1 million followers. Those who got 100,000 followers, 100,000 subscribers, and especially if you got over 1 million, why aren't y'all talking about this? It's those who speak on black issues. Those who want to talk about female nature, male nature, toxic masculinity, toxic femininity, feminism, manosphere. Y'all want to talk about all this shit that it's like, but this is what y'all need to pay attention to. White supremacy don't sleep. They're still lynching us, and it's being called a suicide. Our children getting missing. They're failing our children, and we're failing ourselves, and we're failing these children by being poor examples. But y'all want to talk about parenting. Look at us. We don't have it together, people. Look at this. I'm going to play this video.
Has a bad an unsettling situation in Mississippi, Jackson, Mississippi, to be exact. It's been revealed 215 bodies were buried in unmarked graves behind a state jail in Jackson, of course. Attorney Ben Crump is now calling for an investigation. Families of the dead reportedly had no idea until last month. Some of them, those grave sites were only labeled by a number and a metal rod. Joining us to talk about it, activist Arthur Silky Slim Reed, who also works with Ben Crump. So, Arthur, this started with Dexter Wade's case back in March, right? He was an individual who was hit by a police officer, and his family thought he was simply missing, but he was by them. Well, the individual who was hit by
Let me tell you right there, they did that on purpose. They targeted that young brother. That was not no accident.
Police officer, and his family thought he was simply missing, but he was dead and buried, and no one notified them.
Well, the thing about it is that he had identification on him, Isaiah, and the medical examiner gave it to the lead detective, who said he called, didn't get an answer, and they didn't worry about doing anything else. What we're finding, Isaiah, is that Mississippi is Mississippi. It's an ugly Mississippi. And this is sad because now we have 6 other individuals that has been put into this same grave. And if you look at the video from when we first went to that site, buzzards were flying overhead. And we were trying to figure out, why are the buzzards flying overhead? But it's because they're putting them in shallow graves, and the only thing that they're putting them in is a body bag without embalming the bodies. So the stench from the bodies are drawing buzzards there. It's so inhumane for anybody to do any one like that, Isaiah, is just horrible, is what we can say. And that's not even a word that we should use in a situation like this. It's something that we haven't seen.
And what we're seeing here is over 200 people in this, what they consider a pauper's grave behind the county jail there. And what you guys are learning in your investigation is many of these families were never called, were never notified. Many of them still think their family members or thought their family members were simply missing, but they were dead and buried and never got a call from any investigators, any law enforcement officials or authorities in Jackson, Mississippi.
That's right. And one of the things that we faced being Mississippi is that they thought that we were playing the race card. We have white clients as well. There were white people that were buried the same way, Isaiah. And any human being that's buried the way that they're buried.
Now, I want y'all Caucasians to understand this. How come you're not outraged? You know, especially the ones who lean to the right. Mississippi is obviously a red state. Obviously, I mean, this doesn't surprise me. Even if it was a blue state, y'all both on the same team of anti-black racism. But here's the thing: you got your own people. Some of your people are getting treated the same way, but y'all don't say nothing. Explain to me why y'all don't call it out. But y'all so busy being obsessed about what we're doing and blaming us for the shit that y'all do. But I don't do it, but y'all still are complicit and y'all never call out this government. You only call it out when it affects you directly, but you don't call out how. But but it doesn't affect just you, but it affects everybody. But you don't understand what happens to us as melanated people. It will hurt you. It will come back to haunt you and fuck you up. But you don't want to understand that because you want to maintain little privilege that you have. I'm talking about you poor Caucasians who live in paycheck to paycheck that I see now, having signs, sleeping and being in these tents out in North Carolina. And I'm in other parts of going out from Florida, East Coast, West Coast. We got all these tents. I see y'all in these tents now. I see y'all begging for food, begging for change, begging for getting something to eat. When are we all going to wake up here? That's what I want to know. When are y'all going to wake the fuck up? When are we going to say enough is enough? Gas is ridiculous. The cost of living is fucking ridiculous. It don't matter if you move. If you move up, if you're from up north, like I am, like from New York, New Jersey, Pennsylvania, Connecticut, and you move down south to like North Carolina, South Carolina, Virginia, Georgia, Florida, all the way to Texas, Louisiana, Virginia, Virginia's, Maryland, and then out west. But particularly most people moving, from the Midwest to the Northeast, moving down south, and then you got people from the west, from the West Coast, Northwest moving south. But they're moving to like states like Arizona, New Mexico, and then in the central is Texas and Nebraska, and then scattering out to Georgia and Florida, and up to the Carolinas. Because I know there's a lot of West Coast folks are moving to the Carolinas. Okay. When are y'all? You gotta understand. No matter what adjustments, and no matter how you budget, when y'all gonna just say fuck the system, and just if we all said fuck the system, and we don't work, we don't do nothing to the economy, we don't buy nothing, we don't use nothing. Don't go to the convenience store. Don't y'all know? And if we all took our money out these banks, don't you know that we can actually affect change? And this is a nonviolent protest that y'all don't want to do as a collective, because you white Caucasians don't want to. What the truth of the matter is, y'all want to maintain a little bit of white supremacy that you can. Then you got black folks who are so anti-black who still want acceptance. When I don't understand why y'all talk about how the white man, but you never talk about the white female, the white bitch, the snow bunny, the dirty snow bunny, y'all want to still be accepted and live like them, which is beyond me. But this is the thing. I had to stop it right there. But when are y'all going to say enough is enough? Y'all still want to party. Y'all still want to go on girls' trips, men's trips, saying y'all still want to, go out. You want to live it up, especially you women. Then we got then y'all talking about the whole passport bros, even though we got passport sisters. I didn't say anything about race. We just got a bunch of nonsense, and our priorities are just so fucked up. But I want to finish the rest of the video.
Burying these individuals, it says a lot about the people that's doing this criminal act. And the only thing that we're asking, because people always look at us when we're out fighting for civil rights of individuals, the only thing that we're asking in this case, we want you to do the right thing and give them a humane burial.
That's delusional. If you think they're going to do that, you're delusional.
And the city is, so it's crazy, Isaiah, to see something like that. It's 2023. It's not 1940. But to see them just dumping bodies in a grave like that, and no name, just a number. So they'll say, well, number 13, that's Arthur Reed. Number 21 is Isaiah Carey. But we don't really know until we get the remains. And then the remains had decomposed so bad, we just have to take them at their word. And when you look at the story, they told us that they would exhume this body at 12 noon, but they ended up taking this young man, Dexter Wade, out of the ground at 6:30, 7 o'clock in the morning. They say, we were not going to allow them to embarrass us with those cameras. If you're not embarrassed by what you're doing, it's shame on you.
Absolutely incredible. Now, you guys, along with Ben Crump and I think Attorney Dennis Week, you all are asking for a federal investigation, that the feds come in and take a look.
I'm not going to play that part because as far as Ben Crump, he's an opportunist. Your so-called politicians, lawyers, Benjamin Crump is an opportunist. He's a grifter. He's no different than Rowan Martin. He's no different than these activists, these organizations that claim to be for the people, but they're not. They care about the bag. Like y'all do. Y'all care, and this is what happens when you get the money over everything mentality. This is the lack of humanity. And then we got the migrant crisis. Well, Calvin, how come you don't talk about the victim? Because y'all don't support the channel. Y'all don't bless the Cash App. And I shouldn't have to beg. If you love people talking real shit, speaking truth to power and facts, you should just do it. I shouldn't have to put my handle. I shouldn't have to remind y'all to do that. But y'all support fuckery. So what does that tell me? What does that tell us? Y'all not serious. Because if you were serious, you would stop playing around. Y'all want to hear guys talk about dating. Guys talk about women being shallow, delusional. They go for thugs and bad boys, female nature, hypergamy. Y'all, that's all y'all want us. Y'all want people who don't know what the fuck they talking about. These males, these fake red pill guys who are fucking frauds. But they don't talk about policy. They don't talk about the social engineering. They don't, and even when we give y'all solutions that you can do in your own backyard, that you can do in your own personal life, y'all don't do it. Because y'all not serious, man. You're not dedicated. You got women watching sprinkle. Y'all, that's all y'all do. Want to be hoes and tricks and bitches. Y'all want to talk about unalive and unborn children. But y'all want to talk about deadbeats. That's some deadbeat ass shit to me. Y'all use the courts and systems to disenfranchise men, and then when it affects them in your family, now you want to cry foul. Y'all want to support frauds like the brick heifer. Women claiming that they're victims, and talk about their victims, but they're always starting shit, especially starting and attacking men with violence. And then y'all want to play victim out of retaliation. And then at the same time, when women call you out on your bullshit, there are a few women who actually call out these heifers, this misandry, the narcissistic, the toxic behavior, the abusive behavior, especially when you got these abusive ass mothers, right? All of a sudden, you want to do all types of wickedness. Look how y'all did this shit, Shay Sade. Look how y'all did her. And to me, I think she stays in her lane. She's very classy. I mean, to me, she's more of a real one. Crimson Cure, more of a real one. Now, these other female content creators, like, I'm not gonna really mention their names, but you know who they are. I can't take her seriously. The ones who be thirst trapping, that y'all be. I mean, I don't have a problem with her. She does call out bullshit, but look how much money she makes. It's by her being like a content creator stripper, showing out them big girls and shit, thirst trapping, being all, you know. I mean, she got the Pam Grier sassy effect and all that stuff. I mean, yeah, and she got a little bit ratchetness. You guys like ratchet ass women. I don't care what y'all say. A lot of you dudes like ratchet ass women. You like women who got that hood rat in them. I don't know why, but I mean, I got my crazy ass taste, but shit, I'm not gonna be complaining about ratchet hood rats, these bitches and all that stuff. Yeah, I want to sleep with them. That you look stupid as hell, sir. Just you're no different than these women who complain about these bad boys. But here's the thing: at the end of the day, y'all raised them for 50 years. We raised them to be like this. The males to be a certain way and the females to be a certain way. And we have no pride. It's 1:30 in the morning, so Eastern Standard Time. But look at this. Same shit, different year. Y'all, the same stuff that happened the year before, last year, and now y'all still doing it. Y'all been doing it for the last 10 years. A lot of y'all been doing it for the last 20 years. Aren't y'all tired?